So last week, GameStat.com revealed that PlayStation uploaded Resident Evil 3 Remake cover art to the Japanese side of the PlayStation Store and the Western side of the PlayStation Store. Now, since GameStat made this news public, PlayStation has since removed these images from the PlayStation Store. The good news is that GameStat was able to save these images, and people in turn were able to put this on the Google Images. So now these images are widely available for everybody to see. Now, it's being rumored that part of the reason why PlayStation had access to these Resident Evil 3 Remake assets is that Resident Evil 3 Remake will be announced during the PlayStation State of Play, which is happening this week, December 11th, 2019 at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a new time for the show. Usually these shows are in the afternoon. For some reason, it's in the morning. So this live State of Play is being heavily rumored to showcase Resident Evil 3 Remake that will probably be dropping first on PlayStation. Now, other than that, there's nothing else to report on Resident Evil 3 Remake. So, but there's something I should bring up regarding Resident Evil 3 Remake, and it's the cover art for the Japanese version. This cover art is listed as being an uncensored version. The Cero-Z version of Resident Evil 3 Remake is uncensored, which is not the case because usually games that are released in Japan under the Z rating that are also released in America under the M rating. The M rating is more explicit and more has more adult content than the Japanese Z rating. Now, the Japanese rating board, which is known as the Cero, CERO, which stands for Computer Entertainment Rating Organization. They're a Japanese entertainment rating organization based in Tokyo, which rates video game content in console games, very similar to the ESRB. Now, usually most publishers release games in two versions due to some retailers are really against stocking a game that's rated Z. So in terms of Capcom, in relation to Biohazard, which they call Resident Evil in Japan, they release Biohazard in two versions, which would be the Cero-D version, which is marketed towards gamers under the age of 18, around 17, and the Cero-Z version, which is marketed for adults only. And although it's marketed to adults only, it's not equivalent at all to the M-rated version of the game. So what happens in this case, a lot of Japanese fans, they will import the M-rated version to play the complete, uncensored, explicit version of Resident Evil. So that's all I have to say on this Resident Evil 3 Remake. Let's see if this week's State of Play will contain the news. If it doesn't contain the news, then maybe the Game Awards might contain the news. But also, how the feeling right now is that this week's State of Play will contain the news. So let's check that out, and I'll report back if that's true on the Gamers Block YouTube channel.